On a cold Sunday afternoon, we took the drone out to do some flyovers and some fun things out in the arena. And we have the drone, which is the DJI Phantom Professional 3, and the DJI OSMO that we used to make some of the footage. So what you just saw was a flyover over part of the farm, and then you're seeing the drone take off, and then a couple of shots just flying over the top of the ring. This is Teresa going over a couple of jumps on Delta around the outside of it, and in between each one of these clips you'll get to see some interesting flyovers. Just so you know, the horses are generally not okay. With the drone, it makes a large buzzing sound like a bunch of bees, and you'll hear that soon. But it does take some adjusting to get them used to what they're hearing. So I went in a little closer for this Teresa on Delta shot to get the two jumps that she was going over, and she clears the first and the second one before she ended up having to leave to go to an emergency. And again, I did a little bit higher flyover. This shot, though, is from in between the jumps, and this is Jess on Rain, who is a little hesitant at first. And right after we fly through this, you're going to see the DJI OSMO, which is capturing the audio from it. I apologize for the quality of that audio. It actually ended up not being that great just because of all the wind and the bouncing. She's wearing a lavalier mic on her sweatshirt that's connected to the DJI OSMO to get the audio output from the entire thing. These were the shots I was actually after. You can see some of the fly-through shots of the jumps, and then the drone actually being low overhead as she navigates the in and out, which is 5 total jumps. This is a higher up view of what she's actually doing, and off to the right. And then I'm going actually to lift one of the jumps up in the middle from an overhead shot here. I thought this was a pretty neat view of me lifting the cup up, and one thing I had to do is pull the drone kind of out of the way for her to go over that in and out with the middle jump a little bit higher so that Rain wouldn't hesitate, because you can imagine having a swarm of buzzing bees sitting in your face for a horse is somewhat problematic as you're trying to coax them to go through several jumps like that. This is one of the neater reverse flyover shots back towards the sun. One of the things I didn't realize while I was recording that were that there were power lines that were directly by the road in the direction that I was heading that I could have easily hit. Fortunately, I didn't hit any of them. And again, this is Jess going over the in and out. And you can see the power line straight ahead there. So what you're seeing is Teresa recording as she sits on top of Zipper, part of the in and out.
Easy, Rain. Girl.
Unfortunately, Teresa had to leave us and head to an emergency, and I just happened to catch her Yukon pulling out of the driveway when she was heading out. Well, the rest of these are some raw DJI OSMO footage of the camera that, while Teresa's holding this one, the others are just sitting on top of a jump. And again, the audio is fairly poor because of the windy conditions and the lavalier mic that was on her. And these were here primarily so you could see the behind the scenes and how this works. I mean, you can actually see the drone flying backwards in that last clip as she runs through it. And that's the end of the video. If you have any questions, feel free to comment or let me know. Thanks.